What's going on, guys? Bastin and Mava here, coming at you with a new video. And in this week's video, we're going to be doing some big bait throwing, a little bit of normal bait throwing too, but I start out throwing a new bait that I had just got. So stay tuned and find out. Here we go. What? So I start out throwing a chatterbait, just throwing it along the edges of the pond, reeling it real slow, banging it off the edges of the rock, kind of ripping it here and there if I get a little bit of grass or anything. And just keeping a steady retrieve. Oh. Did you hear that guy? Yeah. There's one. Little bass off the old chatterbait. There he goes. So now I decide to pick up my new Jackall gantarel swim bait. It is a about 5-inch swim bait, and it's a bluegill imitation. And I have been kind of dabbling in getting into throwing a lot of bigger baits within the past 2 years or so. Most of the time I don't stray too far over a 6-inch bait unless I'm throwing like a 10-inch worm, and anything will hit a 10-inch worm. But recently I got started throwing a little more of the bigger swim bait style baits, and this Jackall gantarel is a bigger profile bluegill. Now this is only 5 inches, but a 5-inch bluegill takes a decent sized bass to eat and actually eat. But I decided to start throwing that and just keeping a real cadenced retrieve with it. I do 3 pumps and then 2 pumps and then 2 pumps and then 3 pumps. Kind of go back and forth between the two and then let it pause for a second, especially with this swim bait. This swim bait has an insane pause. It'll spin back around, or it'll just sit there and it suspends so perfectly. It looks exactly like a real bluegill. Got one on the freaking bluegill. Look at that little fish that just tried to eat that big bluegill bait. That's nuts. Just goes to show you guys that fish, especially bass, bullshit. And there he goes. And there he goes. As I was saying, just goes to show you that bass will especially hit fish half their size or over half their size. This bait's half that fish's size. Wasn't really expecting that. That was pretty cool.
Should have been a little faster.
He freaking slammed that. So the retrieve style that I'm doing with the Jackall gantarel, most of the time I was doing a 3 reel handle turns to 2 reel handle turns, just slowly moving it around and then twitching that bait back and forth and then giving it a little pause. Doing a retrieve like that a lot of times can make the fish react, and when that bait pauses is a lot of times when they will hit. And the jackall gantarel as a swim bait has a pretty insane action, and it suspends so well. If we get this video to 200 likes, we will do a little underwater footage video of the jackall gantarel showing you its action and also showing how it performs and giving you a little more information about it specifically.
Exactly. Good one. Not a giant, but still another one. Not a giant, but still another one. Off of that freaking bluegill. Don't hook me. Definitely bluegill eating in here. It's another little guy eating a bait about the same size as he is, or half his size. It's only a 12-inch fish eating a 5-inch bait. Let that little guy go. That thing hit it as soon as it hit the water. Didn't even give me a chance to start reeling on it. I think they're going to be more over here. There's fish were jumping over there, and I think they were all bass. And they're all stacked up along this shoreline in this flat, because this is where like the most grass is in the pond. They're just sitting suspended above the grass, eating these bluegills, evidently. Even my fish that I caught on the other end of the pond were coming from over this way. Oh!
You gotta be quicker than that.
I just watched that one bite it. Ow! This time I got hooked in the arm. Get back in there. Yeah, I got the hook in my arm. There we go. There was another one. Fourth one.
So you'll see me switch back up to the chatterbait here, and reason why I'm doing that is a lot of times if you hit a fish in one area of a pond or even a lake and you're still catching them on moving baits, But if you're nailing a lot in one area and the bite just kind of all of a sudden dies off, a lot of times you can pick up just a little bit different bait that still kind of represents what they're eating, and you then start catching them again. It's because they got used to seeing fish being yanked out pretty much on the lure that you were throwing, and it just shows them something a little bit different.
Big. How many of those are you gonna do today, buddy?
They just fall off. They're not biting it real good. So as soon as I get them up in, they pop right off. Another little guy.
You're not setting the hook good enough.
No, they're not eating good.
You must be an amateur.
Swiping at it.
You're an amateur.
Here's one. Again, it just falls right off. Another little guy on a chatterbait. Ah. Get back in there.
How you do it?
I'm watching you, you're good.
I'm just trying to get out of the way. That's all. Is that camera running, or do you have it off?
This one's been running.
Oh shit, alright, never mind. I'll wait until we get in the truck to talk to you about what I was gonna say. That's right, this one's dead. Oh, he got off right there.
Oh no. Yeah, that's bad.
He bit it right at the bank too.
That hook's not setting right, dude.
No, they're just like, they're not eating it to eat it, they're just swiping at it. So they're only catching like one hook. Because they're getting it out of like a reaction strike. It's like zipping by them real quick. And they have like a split second to react and decide whether they want to eat it or not. And they're just like swiping at it real quick. If I was using something slower, I'd probably be getting them better. But it's more fun catching them on this. This is a new bait too, so this is the first time I've really got to catch anything on it. Got one. Another fat one. That one just fell right off. These fish are skinny.
Well guys, that is pretty much going to conclude it for this video for us. So like I said earlier, if you guys want to see any underwater footage of the jackall gantarel, how it suspends, casting, and how it retrieves, some retrieve styles, all that, we will do a whole video on that. Just get this video to 200 likes and I will drop a video just like that. But hope you guys enjoyed this one, and like I said, pretty much all the fish came on the gantarel or chatterbait. And stay tuned, because next week we are going to try to have the final day of the St. Lawrence River trip video uploaded, so stay tuned. That one's going to be a banger. Tons of underwater footage, even better than the second day. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next Thursday, guys. Tight lines!